Hello, Lizzie here. Super excited to show and speak a little bit about how Plative is seeing customers leverage Agentforce for their sales teams. I'm going to walk through a number of things, but before I do, I want to outline what's the problem that we're solving. A lot of our customers have come to us trying to figure out how they can drive sustainable revenue, improve their sales team's productivity, and build on a scalable AI infrastructure. And I've been able to see personally some specific outcomes around driving deal volume, driving conversion rates, as well as improving the deal velocity and reducing that customer acquisition cost. And these are some of the outcomes that we're seeing our customers deliver and achieve. All of this, doing it in a compliant as well as a private way, and reducing any technical debt as it comes to building out the AI infrastructure. What I'm going to go through is actually just a short demo of how a customer can log onto your site, get information, get educated about your products, and using an agent actually book a meeting. And for an actual sales rep, what does that look like for them? Being able to summarize an account, get their insights, and be prepared to execute on a demo. And I'll speak a little bit about how all of this is done in the back end as well. Now, I might be logging onto your website. It might be a portal, an unauthenticated experience. But the main thing that I want to share is that this over here on the right-hand side is an experience that can be embedded on multiple platforms. So whether it's on an application, on a website, you have that flexibility. Now, I'm going to go ahead and actually look to identify more information about the payment system that I need for my retail operation. I'm a newly appointed exec that needs to update their infrastructure from a POS standpoint. And I'll actually give you insights on what are the POS offerings. Now, what's super important here is that the agent is actually educating and pulling information from my product documentation and surfacing that up to myself as a client to really provide me with the most relevant information. As you can see, it's pulled some high-level information about the capabilities of the Loaf POS, as well as some high-level pricing. And sometimes that might not be enough. You might want to dig a little bit deeper. And in this case, I want to understand more about card reader compatibility. Now, this could be anything. This could be a finance organization. This could be a nonprofit. This could be a high-tech SaaS company. We work with a lot of high-tech SaaS, so this is just an example that I personally love. And you can see here that we actually have even more detail around some of the capabilities, which is all within the product specifications. So you have your own product SME right at your fingertips. Now, sometimes this information is not enough. I might have looked at the site. I might want to talk to an agent, or I might actually want to just book a meeting. And I'll show you how that could happen using Agentforce. Now, as I've written, I'd like to book a meeting. Agentforce now knows that it needs to set up a schedule, set up a meeting for me, and it asks me a few prompts to get me to where I need to go. First, my email address. And now I have all the different service resources located in San Francisco. In this example, I know that I want to talk to Lizzie. Of course, I want to talk to Lizzie and get some time with him to run through the POS offering at payments. And I know that I want to meet on the 30th. And it actually knows it's pulling up the most relevant date. So it actually recognizes that I probably want to meet on the 30th of January, not the 30th of November, and prompting me to book a meeting as soon as possible. And I'll book a time for 12 to 12:30. Now, as soon as I book that a meeting, I can get prompted, get an email, and that's sent over to me. And if I need any further assistance, I can keep talking to our service agent and our sales agent. But for now, I'm going to actually pivot and take a look at what it looks like for our sales executive. So as a sales exec or as a sales rep, I have a very familiar screen, my book of business, my activities, all my actions that I need to take. But what's different here is I actually have all my upcoming demos, which have been scheduled by my sales agent. And what I'm able to do here is actually go in and take a look at Lauren Bailey, who's a new appointment that's been booked by our Agentforce appointment booker agent. And I can also then dive into the account. Now, one thing that we hear from our clients a lot is that it can be overwhelming. A new rep might be taking on a new territory and they need to get a 50,000-foot view on an account and be effective on the first call. So how does Agentforce support that? Right here, I've actually summarized an account, and you can actually see all the information about this specific account, any opportunities, open contacts, open cases, and specifically here, what I'm looking at is I know I have an action here to continue with the demo on the 20th. Now, as you can see here, there's a tremendous amount of value that's being driven from this agent and helping the sales rep go from not a lot of context to enough context to be effective on a call. And obviously they can prepare as much as they can, but this really does drive productivity for the sales teams. Now we're going to take a look at what happens in the back end. How is this agent configured? And what you'll notice is that there are a number of topics that this agent can take on, and you can decide what those topics are. We have account management, we have service resource booking, general FAQ. These are some of the proprietary use cases that we see value from our customers from a sales standpoint. But the point here is that the options are endless. If you need to go and take a look at how this information is then loaded into your agent, you can use unstructured data like PDFs. You can connect it to your website. If you have an S3 server with unstructured data, you can connect that to and allow your agent to leverage that data in resolving and answering questions. And all of that's grounded in your CRM. Agentforce and sales are better together. And we've been able to see customers capture a tremendous amount of value from revenue growth, driving team productivity, and building on a trusted AI infrastructure. We look forward to having a conversation with you. Feel free to reach out to Plative. We'll be more than happy to hop on a call and share what IP we have and our point of view on how sales is better with Agentforce.